$1 in a week, goddamn. Double that in a day, goddamn. Money coming every which way, goddamn. That won't change who I am. I call it mind over matter. I know that bullshit happen. I play it cool with my actions. Yeah, you can sue if I'm lacking, but money make me move. 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 Can I hit you back, baby? Can I hit you later? Going one-on-one, call it brag with the baby. Ooh, she'll never ever give me ultimatums, cause she getting money too. Ooh, this why I fuck with you. You got a fetish for a bad bitch. That's what I tell myself. Get that money, girl, grab it. It's what you do for yourself. Oh, I feel away. Oh, I feel away. Ooh, I feel away. Feel some type of way. Feel some type of way. Feel some type of way. I call it mind over matter. I know that bullshit happen. I play it cool with my actions. Yeah, you can sue if I'm lacking, but money make me move. 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 I call it mind over matter. I know that bullshit happen. I play it cool with my actions. Yeah, you can sue if I'm lacking, but money make me move. 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 Money make me move.
We on now.
Can you hear? Cause I got my speakers on. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
Speakers?
Nah.
Okay, make sure. Okay, bet.
I thought I had some talking points, but I look like I ain't got shit.
What?
I said I thought I had some talking points, but it look like I ain't got shit.
I heard that. I'm saying what? Like what? You lost the notes or?
No, I thought I be doing so much shit between figuring out shit on this podcast, figuring shit time out for the other podcast, figuring shit out for my businesses and shit, and just trying to do it all in a timely manner. And just like some shit just be suffering. Not suffering, but some shit just don't get done. I be thinking it's done, but then I look up.
They don't. Yeah. I feel you.
It be like, oh, okay. I wrote one one talking point and thought that was nigga, it been lacking.
It's all good.
It's one solid conversation though. But nah. You all right? Oh man. Oh. Let me go ahead and get this shit out of my system. How about them Cowboys? I can sleep comfortably tonight. I can sleep comfortably tonight knowing y'all niggas know what my team might go home too. The Eagles might go home too, but I can sleep comfortably knowing y'all niggas went home first. Y'all warmed up that NFC bed for us for the
man. I ain't even watched the game, but then
it wasn't you weren't missing nothing.
I was obviously salty.
You weren't missing nothing, bro.
Man, I really felt it this year, dog.
It's always y'all year. Every
I
year since
really felt it
'96.
this year. I really felt it this year.
It's that Jerry Jones curse, bro.
Oh man,
Jerry got to go before y'all win another championship. He got to be out of here. But his money too strong. He gonna last another 10 years.
nah, that can't be the case. That can't be
y'all,
the case.
y'all got the NFL version of the curse of the Bambino.
Oh my
But no,
god.
y'all niggas had everything. Y'all basically got everything y'all need, and it just don't make any sense at
Niggas got
all.
that forgot to play football.
Niggas too busy out in deep Ellum
Really?
partying and shit.
Pardon.
Out there in that war
Man,
zone.
we're gonna move for that. We're not gonna dwell on negative things. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Um. Uh.
Bro,
That shit
have
hurt
you
my
heard
feelings.
about the city of Dallas? The city of Dallas finds the most dumbest ways to just do the dumbest shit to the city. You know they getting rid of horse and carriages.
Bro.
That shit is ridiculous.
You
I
talking about the
get,
shit they be having downtown?
yeah, you know how they be having the little horses and carriages riding through the city and shit, like being romantic and shit. They getting
Yeah.
rid of that shit because they said they tired of cleaning up the horse shit.
How
And they
many
can't I mean, I get it. They can't figure out a way to cite the people and shit for doing this
how
shit.
many times are they going through that?
Apparently
Acting
enough to
like
be like,
it's just like out of hand. Like, nigga, no. The places
I
where they normally ride, you don't even be seeing horse shit.
yeah,
Like, where are they shitting that much? It's like,
I
all
don't
right,
know.
nah, we gotta
I
stop
mean,
this.
I mean, the I hate to say this about the city and shit, but it's Dallas is the most beautiful. Downtown Dallas is the most beautiful, dirtiest place I've ever seen in my life. Cause you can go from seeing art, like legit art, to just seeing bums and shit all over. Sometimes it be so much shit down there to where you can't even be like, okay, that's animal shit or is that human shit? That's how much shit be downtown. But I don't
It's
think
true.
it's just I just don't think it's
It
the
don't be that,
horses.
but no, it don't be that much shit. It's just that when you do see shit, depending on where you see it, you like, all right, this shit on the sidewalk in the corner, like, ain't no horse came over here and was like, excuse 1
You be
second, y'all, let me go take a bathroom break. Like,
yeah,
no, that's human shit. Now, if it's in the middle of the street, like, yeah, it's probably one of these horses. But how
yeah.
often is it?
I
They
don't know.
they
The
acting like to completely stop it. They acting like niggas is just
like they
driving
don't
through
want it in the
downtown.
city.
Like,
They don't want it in the city, but it's okay to be in like the art out the outer rim of the city doing it. Like in North Dallas or in
I
Highland
ain't
Park.
never been in North Dallas.
That's where they said they can go. The excuse that the city gave, they was like, well,
There's something
right
else
now,
going on.
right now, between the bums and the trash and the boo boo and all of that shit they said, it's like it's enough
I'm
to
so
start. It's
mad
enough
that
to
Boo
start
Boo
a
got his
plague.
own category.
Like they said, it's enough to
Between the
start a plague
bums,
and
the
shit.
trash, and the boo boo. Boo Boo got his
Hey,
whole category. Like, I ain't seen, like, no, I don't. I be downtown and I don't be driving around downtown like, God damn, where all this shit come from? That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
they
Like, y'all
probably
gonna
just
stop?
trying
And I
some
ain't
type
even
of way to
really
tax
seen
that
the
shit.
horses like that either.
That's probably what they doing, trying to figure out a way to tax that shit.
I
I think it's
guess
depends
just a
on what
so.
money
type.
play.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely something else going on. It
They already start
definitely
the
is.
recording.
Yeah,
Man,
we
shut the
record,
fuck
nigga.
up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Man,
Yeah, take
good,
care of
bro.
some business.
let's get your camera together.
Gotta look like amateur hour. We said. But nah,
Yeah, man.
that shit there nuts as hell though. City Dallas just be looking for shit to
Doing
just
random
bother.
shit. Like it's different shit that they could be spending time and money on than
Yeah,
that shit.
like I wish they would try to figure out some type of system to where they can help the people on the streets and like put them in position to get jobs and shit. Working for the city. I think Fort Worth had some shit where they were paying people like $10 an hour just to clean up the city and shit. And I mean, you giving them a chance to get in position. And
That's
Dallas
very
got a lot of
true.
shit. Dallas
But
got a
that
lot of shit
takes
like yeah, takes them
that
off the
also
street.
takes a whole infrastructure that needs to be made, which I'm not against it. I'm just saying, these things that's gonna have to happen. A
And
whole
like putting these
infrastructure is
niggas in the
gonna have to be
shelter,
put in
putting these
place.
niggas in the shelter ain't the answer either. Figure out some type of housing system.
So they stop the system where you can work to clean up the city.
It's simple, but
It's
they
not
won't
that
do it.
simple, but it is simple in the sense of
Dallas.
you
They
know what
said
needs to be
Dallas.
done.
Well, they said Texas. Texas has the most billionaires in the southern part of the United States. We got enough money down here to fix a lot of shit. It probably could take 1 billionaire to fix all our problems here in Texas. All right, just cross the states, we can fix some shit. But just motherfuckers, we want to be capitalists and then don't want to give shit to
That's
fix
true.
simple ass problems.
There is one billionaire. I mean, his headquarters is out here now. They moved from California, and that's Elon Musk. He said he was willing to start something to cure like homelessness, well, not just homelessness, but hunger across the world. He said he just
I
wants
can't trust that nigga
the.
Elon Musk.
But he said this though. He's like, if we're going to do it, he's like, I would definitely help lead it, but I have to
Yeah,
have some type of financial statements that are public to where all the money is going to make sure people aren't just taking the money.
because
Which I
that's
Niggas is
exactly
gonna
what
do
will
that.
happen. Motherfuckers will get their hands in their pocket. That's what happened with the school funds. That's why DISD so fucked up. Them niggas be pocketing that shit and going on trips and
It
shit,
was
and then
wild
saying,
for a good 10 years. It was like niggas kept getting in trouble for stealing money from the
nigga,
DIS.
it's more, yeah. Like, nigga, get that shit together, bro. Y'all niggas know it's such things as paper trails and shit. Y'all niggas going to Honolulu and talk about this a district meeting. Niggas ain't falling for that shit.
Hell no. Oh man. No, y'all have y'all seen
Nigga,
Color
it's
Purple?
nah, I ain't seen that shit, bro.
have you seen what?
Nah, Color
Color
Purple.
Purple.
I did.
No, I'm just not into musicals for some reason. Never really been.
It ain't even
Nigga said for some reason, like he not talking about himself.
the musical shit ain't even the issue and shit. The older I get, I loved the movie when I was a kid. But now that I'm an adult and I'm starting to pay
You
attention to
did?
shit, like, yeah, I like Color Purple.
Yeah, I fucks with it.
This nigga Michael always gotta be the oh nigga. Yeah, nigga, I like
Yeah,
it. Nigga,
I-
I'm your alternative cousin. Nigga, embrace me. I like weird
Who's
shit.
who's the director?
I have no idea. I know Oprah had a part in this shit in the second part,
yeah,
but
Oprah. I know. Well, Oprah and Spike Lee, they had a part in getting the first one created.
Word.
I was just,
So
it should have won an
what
Oscar.
y'all like about it? You know what I'm saying? Was it
I mean, as a kid, the story when I watched the original one with Oprah and all of them in it, it was storytelling, and I like that. But now that I'm an adult and I'm watching it now, I'll be like, nah, I really can't fuck with that because they made black men so the biggest villain in that
You
movie.
know why?
Why?
You know who the director is?
Yeah, I know who wrote the book and shit, and she's I hate to
The
say this.
director of the movie Color Purple.
Yeah, she's a
Who, D.
feminist.
James?
Nah.
Hmm?
The lady that wrote this, the lady, I think the
No,
lady that
the
what
director
nigga?
of the movie. You keep bringing up a book. I ain't
Who's
say
the
nothing
director?
about
Then
it.
get to it, nigga. We obviously don't
Steven
know.
Spielberg.
Is that Steven Spielberg?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I know that.
That nigga still, I feel some type of way about
Yeah,
that nigga
yeah,
too.
yeah. Your
No
boy
one, no,
Steve-O.
no wonder.
That's like
Nah,
it's a
I ain't
good.
fucking with that movie.
Nah. You like it? Remember?
I liked it as a kid, nigga. I'm an adult now, nigga. It's plenty of shit that I liked as a kid, but now that I look at it from a man's view, I ain't really fucking with that shit.
Nigga, like struggle as a kid.
They did the same
Mm,
thing in the second. You know, there's like a sequel to it that is Beloved. You guys
I
remember that
didn't.
movie?
Uh,
We've seen that as well.
They,
yeah.
they damn near, yeah, they damn near did the same thing in that.
E- E- I
Nigga,
low
like
key hated
struggle
that
and patty
movie.
cake.
I low key hated
That
that
movie,
movie because that movie was scary as fuck, bro.
yeah, that shit was weird.
Nah, but I feel you. It was an intense movie. It was like
Yeah.
as far as art wise and movie wise. Like yeah, it's a good movie.
But now being an adult, a lot of the movies I've seen that I enjoyed as a kid, it was an agenda push. Like, just keep in mind, what's that movie name? Road to El Dorado. You remember that Disney movie?
I don't think I ever
They
saw that.
tried to convince us
Yes.
that the Indians were the bad guys in this movie, and it's two white people tried to push their way into someone else's
Mhm.
world and change.
Oh, you talking about the movie that just came out?
Nah, this is an old Disney movie. It's called Road to El
Oh,
Dorado. These
I'm
two
thinking of
Spaniards came from Spain before like the conquistadors and all of them and broke in and tried to steal their shit and then tried to change their whole lives and shit and then try to make it seem like they was a good bunch. Y'all niggas is robbing these people.
the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, even Lion King is a weird shit.
Go ahead.
Nah, I've been going
Take
down a
it.
rabbit hole. I'm into going down a rabbit hole on that shit. Cause I don't feel like Scar was the bad guy. The nigga
Most
only
of the
took
bad guys is just like this nigga just didn't want it how the other niggas wanted it.
yeah. To me, sometimes the villain ain't really the villain. He just a good guy that wanted to do some shit about it.
Yeah. He's just another candidate. That's it.
Yeah, like Joker.
Joker wasn't as crazy. That nigga if you watch
Bang.
You gotta be just as crazy to become a villain as you do to become a superhero.
mhm.
Both is just like insane. Like, so that's why, like,
That's why I look at Batman so weird and shit. This nigga was beating up small top criminals, but ignoring all the blue collar criminals that didn't do shit to them. Lex Luthor, and all of them just running around doing whatever the fuck they want to do because they rich and he leave them niggas alone. But he want to beat up he want to
that
beat up
nigga
the
just
mobsters.
RoboCop without the Robo.
Nah, all right, let's get off this shit. Like, Cat Williams got us all out here moving weird.
Blame it on Cat.
Yo, y'all see these reporters for Joe Biden? I mean, Hunter Biden.
That nigga Hunter Biden
Oh
needs to go sit
man,
down.
I've listened to the whole 7 hours of that shit, bruh.
There's a certain reporter.
People
He's done it
don't
like 4 times.
realize,
So
huh?
said that same reporter who's going around asking him what kind of crack does he smoke. He's done that shit to him like 4 times now in the last few days. Just the other day, he was like, "Hey, Hunter, are you high on crack right now?" As he was going to talk to Congress.
That nigga
What kind
finna
of
get
crack do you like to
himself.
smoke?
Yeah, that nigga finna get himself. What do you call it?
He
Erased
finna
in
lose.
this motherfucker.
That nigga finna lose his diplomatic immunity.
Shit, nigga
Cause that
finna
nigga
lose
doing
everything.
too much. He buy hookers.
Quit playing with that nigga. Like it was funny at first. Now you keep running up on this nigga doing that shit. You ain't a reporter no more. You just trolling and niggas is finna.
You not. He gonna start looking at you niggas like the ops.
Yeah, keep playing.
bro,
Niggas don't
bro asked
realize.
him
And
what.
then
Yes, what kind of crack do you? Who says some shit like that?
and that's the funny shit. It's like, huh? What kind of crack do you smoke?
Hey,
And
I'm all
that's
for
why
it though.
it's but that's why it's like real dismissible. It's like, all right, bro. You actually doing some goofy ass shit. Like, what kind of crack do I smoke? Your mama. That's the kind I smoke, motherfucker.
Hey, I'm all for politicians getting the business. Politicians' kids who get over in the system getting the business. I'm all for it.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that
I'm
shit's lit.
for it. I'm for it too. And it's like, but the game fair. And it's like, shit, all right. Yeah, you play that game with them niggas, you know what you doing. It was funny the first time. And you said this nigga keep doing it. It's just like, all right, bro, we know what you doing now. And the first time it was just like, all right. Now it's just like, oh, you think that's like your thing, huh? To ask me about fucking crack. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna deal with you. And then if this nigga is showing up like everywhere he at, like, nah, man, get this nigga out of here, dog.
And I
And
think that shit's
anybody
crazy. I
would,
mean,
yeah,
it's some
anybody would
bullshit
feel
though.
like
I'm glad
anybody
he's
would
asking
feel
shit like that. Hunter Biden thinking he's above the law. He just gets up and just walks out of a Congress hearing where they're
but
questioning him.
that's the type of environment it is, bro.
It's like, who does
You
it? Like, how
know
do you
what
not get
type of
arrested?
environment that is. Everybody's a badass and everybody's low key thinking that they live in a movie. That's
If
why
I
this
if I
shit
got
is,
called,
huh?
if I got summoned, if I got summoned to testify in front of Congress and I just got up and walked away, my black ass would be in jail in 22 seconds.
But that's your black ass. That's not him. And he knows
That's
that just like you do. So like I was
that's why
saying,
I'm all
like
for them
this
getting
shit
the smoke.
is low key a movie to these niggas. They take it seriously, but they also take it in the sense of like
They feel it untouchable.
I'm just saying like this like it's a movie. If you listen to the whole 7 hours, don't like take Hunter Biden out of the shit. Niggas in that hole talking about dick pics, wet shit. Like and this is serious. This is facts.
Yeah,
Talking about
MTG and
dick pics.
You can go on Twitter and look up all that shit.
Yeah. They talking about
Hunter out here wilding.
they talking about um Trump. She was trying to say talk about January the 6th and she said erection. Trump calls an erection and everybody laughed, which is funny. But and I don't like, to be honest, like shit, I don't have too much of a problem with it. But just the way that they build themselves up is to be like, we're the most upstanding people. Like you know, we
We
we are
not.
the model citizens of, nigga. When I went to because I went to this thing called National Youth Leadership Conference or whatever. And we went into the motherfucking Congress room. That hoe smelled like piss. And I was like, that's weird. Like, why does it smell like pee in here? Like, I'm in high school, so I'm not like connecting anything. Older that I get, and the more research that I do, not that I'm just like, why does it smell like pee? No, this the more shit that I learn. Like, niggas really be peeing on themselves in that motherfucker because they be in that hole
Lot
that
of
long sometimes.
niggas in
And
there
then
old as fuck. What
niggas,
you?
yeah, that's all I was about to say. Another thing, niggas is in there at really that old. They got on the pins. And then niggas is it's a video now, and it's
Yeah,
funny
that shit
because
was wild.
it was a gay couple, niggas fucking in the motherfucking Senate
I thought
floor.
those was the congressmen. Two
It don't
congressmen that
matter
did
what
that.
it is, nigga. It's fucking government.
They
It's
don't
their
give a fuck. They
system.
think that shit they house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit is regular life to them, but they make it seem like they just, upstanding. And now the shit is, so much is being exposed, but a lot of people ain't even catching on to the shit. Like, nigga,
Yeah, I hate that
it's a
they try to
video
call
of
everything.
two
Shit, nigga,
men fucking on the
Congress got
Congress
so many war
floor.
crimes, nigga, you wouldn't even believe it.
That's what,
Yeah, we
and
have
not even
so much
that. They
evidence
wouldn't
and
even
stuff,
believe that
and
now, but
they call everything a conspiracy, and then you find out later that that shit was real.
It was
So it's
facts.
no, it
like
fuck
it's
the
not a
conspiracy shit.
conspiracy.
The shit that's actually real.
That's what we're
It's
saying.
insane.
Shit's that's real, and they be trying to say it's a conspiracy. Like, no, that shit's real.
That's
No,
just their way.
what
The
I'm
way
saying,
right the
like, the
South is
two
crazy.
niggas fucking on Congress floor, that's not a conspiracy. That is fact that happened.
Well, yeah, I
And
mean, it's
it's
all the
like, I
video,
don't think
pictures.
that people are supposed to be like, oh nah, niggas fucking in, but it's like, what? Like, niggas would be taken aback by somebody fucking at their job,
Yeah.
let alone the place where motherfuckers supposed to be running the country. Nigga taking mean ass back shots. And look at us doing a
and want
podcast.
us and want us to be respectful.
And it's like they got us. They
I
got
mean,
us already.
it's just a trick they play. Just like Cat Williams said,
We can
a
say
liar knows where the lie is.
yes, but us individually, they got us all. The only way they don't is as a group. And that shit, tune in next week type shit.
Well, that's why they try to keep us divided as well, because they don't like the
Exactly.
fact that so many people are like. I'm not even talking about Democrats, people being Democrat or people
Just
being
people in
Republican.
general.
Right. This
Everybody's sick
people
on
in
both
general
sides.
is fed up.
Everybody's sick on all sides.
Yeah.
That shit don't even matter, Democrat or Republican. Nigga, everybody's sick. Everybody's jumping ship.
And the
Man.
independents and liberals been like, yo, we've been telling you guys this shit for
Right.
over a
Right.
century now.
You stupid motherfuckers. We've been trying to let y'all know that.
It's low key. It's low key like the turnover with religion. Your political party ain't really your political party. It's just you fucking with it because your granny and your mama fucked with it and your daddy fucked with it. So we
You
just
gotta-
falling in
yeah.
line. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, the
just
party-
like their
We gotta,
return.
we gotta
The parties are
outlearn some
flipping
shit.
again because, like back in the day, Democrats used to be the Republicans, the Republicans used to be the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But well,
But now
kind
it's
of
so
in a
fucked
way.
up. It's so fucked up with
In a
everybody's
certain type,
agendas.
in
Both
a certain type
sides
of
got
way.
agendas.
Yeah, and it's just
Major
about
agendas.
like fuck the other parties. Like you guys shouldn't be focused more on the other party than focus on the people.
On the
Mm-hmm.
They only
actual,
just
yeah, on the actual problem.
They just trying
And
to one
not,
up each
focus
other
on
and shit.
exactly.
man, and I listen to like going to sleep, dozing off and waking up, dozing off and waking up. I listened to the whole 7 hours, and not just even in that case with Hunter Biden. I've been listening to all the shit with Trump and January the 6th. I've been listening to the immigrants on the border. These niggas don't really have a solution or really
They have it, but they just don't
they're
want to give up leverage. They don't want to give up leverage.
Yeah,
That's
they're
how
yeah,
that shit
right.
is.
They're only speaking off of bias, and it's a whole room of people speaking off of bias about people that don't have that same bias for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then it's like they make decisions like, yeah, now that would be good. Like y'all niggas
And a
is
lot of them live in a world that don't exist no more. A lot of them stuck in their own way. But that's in every facet of life. I hate to say this. I had a conversation with a boomer the other day, and I told him, I said, y'all fucked us. And he was like, what do you
I
mean?
tell my
I
parents.
said, y'all had every freedom and
okay.
opportunity to do what you needed to do, and y'all found a way to still fuck it up. He said, nah, y'all just lazy. I said, nah, we not lazy. We working a little bit harder than y'all. Most of us have to work 2
Y'all
jobs.
lazy because y'all look for the easiest way out as far as actually working out your mental.
Mm-hmm.
They took
You
care of
rather be
themselves. They didn't
you
give.
And I
rather
They
told
yeah,
didn't do shit.
they
They
ain't
took
do
care
shit
of
for us.
themselves.
They ain't do
you
shit for
rather
I
us.
tell my parents that all the. I tell my because our parents are boomers. I tell them that all the time. Like your guys' generation fucked America up. Like you
They
guys
fucked
fucked
us.
over the future.
and I can't say I do that all the time, but I've started to be like,
You got to be honest with
hey
these
mama,
older peoples.
like, and I told my mom today, she had told me some shit that she had told me some shit that I didn't find out about business until probably like a few years ago. Both my mother and father both had businesses when I was younger. They didn't put me on to that shit like they should.
Yeah, they were supposed to leave you
It
something
was
with
just
something.
like,
That's
do your taxes, have a budget. And my mom told me some shit today, and I was like, oh, so you knew that? She was like,
and you still didn't
you
do it.
know, when you have a business, if you don't have to pay taxes unless you make a
A profit.
certain amount of money. And we was talking about my niece because my niece is doing hair and she's been doing it for probably since a senior in high school. She's about to graduate college now. And she's been doing it consistently. And my mom was like, yeah, and she got to worry about taxes. And I was like, I mean, yeah. And she was saying that she got to have an EIN. I was like, she don't. She can just file as an independent contractor. But
Mm-hmm.
if she
But that
want to
come
do
with some
other
shit.
things, yeah. But if she want to do other things, yeah, she gonna have to get that EIN. And she was like, yeah, but just because if she file and don't make this amount of money and she spend this amount of money, she not gonna get taxed for anything past this point. And I'm like, you knew that?
Mm-hmm. But did
Why
bother to pass
you?
that along. Did bother to pass it
I just
along.
learned this 3 years ago.
You been sitting on this.
Like, dog. And
And,
I've
hey,
been
that
telling her. She knows I have a business. And I got and I do this thing where I get upset and then I just don't. What the fuck? And I just don't chill. And I felt myself getting there because that's the
that's
one
something that could have
person that
saved.
I
It could have
do it
saved
too
you.
much.
It could have saved you an issue.
It's disrespectful. That's what it is.
And I
Hey,
was like,
but hey,
I've
it
been
goes.
telling you what I'm doing. I've had this business for years, and I've been trying to do this
And she
stuff for
could have saved
years
you from.
before I got out of college. And because you was like, I don't know, that music stuff, some shady stuff, and you didn't give your son information when I told you that I'm filing to have my own business, to have my own EIN, and you know certain stuff, and you just not
Could have just
telling
hipped
me
you to the
because it's
game.
like, yeah, he's doing this shady stuff because you don't know about it. You
But
kind
hey,
of
that goes. Listen. That goes back to what I was saying to my coworker. That's a boomer. He said we lazy and we got technology. I said that's the only thing we got out of the deal. We using this technology to clean up the bullshit y'all did.
why would we not
Yeah,
use it?
yeah, that'd be
We
stupid
ain't
Why
got
because
would
it
nothing.
we
would be.
do? Why would we? My mom still, my mom still thinks that catching the bus places to ask them for an application
It's a doable thing.
or a
Is a
job
is a, is a is a
will
reasonable
get
thing to
you
do in this
a
market.
good nigga. That will get you kicked out for soliciting. You fuck around, go to jail. Fuck around, get killed. Today's um today's environment. Because it was a kid standing outside of a place that I was just going to pick up an order for some food. He was he was standing outside, and I was just like, ah, here these kids go again. AOG, you need some fire? Like, nigga, no. And if I
Not
did,
right here.
I would, yeah, I wouldn't be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and no. And
Hey,
the
it's a
nigga asked me,
misplaced.
do you work here? Because I'm looking for a job. And I was like, damn, I don't work here. But just where my mindset was, I was like, and I'm nice. Like, and I was like, and my mom has a mindset of like, yeah, go places and, stand there and let people know that you finna get me killed.
Had me in a weird position for no reason at
Yeah.
all.
And it's
Our
like
parents, our parents keep
they
thinking
don't
these.
understand that. That's
Our
lazy.
parents keep
That's
wanting to
lazy
think.
to them.
They keep wanting to think we live in the world they lived in, where you can just go in and
And
ask
they
for
know
certain
we
shit.
don't. And that's what's frustrating. Because they live in the same place we live. And they got to deal
They
with
just
the
not
same
playing by the
thing.
same rules though.
They refuse to to understand that the shit ain't working how it was
I've had to
when they
break that
was
down to my parents because my mom, she's very open minded, so she'll listen to me when I'm like, "Mom, the world does not operate the way it does when you guys were coming up." I'll tell them the shit that's different. My stepdad, on the other hand, he's very close minded, so you try to tell him some shit, and the first thing that comes out of his mouth is like, "Well, it's Trump's fault." And one time, like,
huh?
first of all, I knows I don't give a fuck about Trump, but I was
Like
like, he
nigga,
just kept saying that it's the
that's 5
Republicans.
years. Like
I was like,
Yeah,
and I had to say, I was
this
like,
this been
and
going
I had to
on for
tell
the
him straight up.
last 20 years or so.
right,
I was like, do you know how ignorant you sound? I was, you know how
right.
ignorant you sound? You just like
It's just the
the
easy.
same people, dumbass. I was like, you sound just
It,
dumb as the Republicans blaming shit on the Democrats. I was like, both you
Right.
guys are
Because
fucked up.
before Trump
You
it was
guys are the
whoever the fuck.
generation.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys are the ones who fucked it up on both sides. I was like, it's not the Republicans' fault, it's not the Democrats' fault. It's all you
it
guys'
goes
fault.
back to
Your
my
It's
point that I
generation.
was
y'all,
making.
yes.
Boomers fucked it up for us, and we have to live in this world that nigga
Gen
can't
X a
even
little bit too,
afford.
the older Gen X. The older Gen X and
They
then the boomers.
They just playing the game that was played to them.
It ain't
Yeah, I
no
They
mean,
no. That's
created
one thing a
they,
Boomers
lot of
created
motherfuckers. That's one thing a
boomers
lot of
created
motherfuckers don't be talking about, bro. A lot of
Boomers
an
people
older
say,
created a
generation.
dog
"Hey,
eat dog world, and we
it
just living with it. And we trying to change the curve, but it's hard.
right," and
It's hard.
If anything,
it's
if
not
anything, the
that
boomers were the lazy
hard.
ones. Those are all the hippies. Those are the lazy people out of all of our generations. The ones before them and after. Boomers were the most lazy. That's why the reason why they're the most lazy. That's why they created all these social structures of people
I
getting
don't
free money
think
and just
what
fucking put us in debt
it's a
because they didn't
different
want to
type of
work.
lazy. I don't want to call them lazy outright.
They
They're
were the laziest
lazy
out of all the
mentally.
generations.
Bro, we got hippies right now, and they are doing twice as much as the hippies did in the 60s. These motherfuckers is
Yeah.
running cannabis business and all of that, and
That's what I'm
legit
saying. The
cannabis business.
boomers are lazy mentally because
No,
they
I'm saying
thought
physically
that
too because of what Hart is
hard
saying.
work pays off,
No, it don't. Not in this economy.
and they wasn't
Well,
using their
some
mind,
of
and
them.
all they was doing was just working because somebody said that shit to them, and niggas believed the shit. And now niggas is just working. It's like I got you. And
This
now we
nigga told
around
me
like, hey, bro, that shit wasn't like,
that shit
uh,
wasn't it. Hey, this nigga
yeah.
told me when he bought his house, he was paying a 4-bedroom house. No, a 5-bedroom house for $700. Bro, if you get a fucking 5-bedroom house right now, you're gonna be spending about $5 grand, probably. And that's on the low end.
But then your
Shit, yeah.
parents ask you things like, well, then why you ain't found a job? There's plenty of jobs out here.
It's no more traditional jobs. We said this a number of times on this podcast. There are no more 30-year jobs anymore. We are all
Nigga,
hired
Not unless you
guns.
become a lawyer.
That's
Not
about
unless you
it.
become like something like
it should have
yeah.
never it
And
should
that's
have
why I'm going to
never
law
been a
school. That's why I'm
30-year
going to law
job.
school. I was like,
It should have never been a 30-year job. And there's definitely no more jobs that because a lot of our parents now is like, kind of reaping the benefits off of their 401k or their retirement or
Social
whatever
Security.
the fuck they were sold on to make them
They
be
eating
like,
out for
well,
something they
this
built
is
for
it.
20 years
Yeah,
or more.
if I do this for this long, then I'll be good and I'm cool with that. And it's like our parents want to make us do that shit. And it's like, you still worried about bills like I am at
With
your
the extra
age, but
income.
you telling me to do what you did. And you get mad at me because I'm like, that's not gonna work.
But the problem is
Like,
though that they don't understand is they fucked it up for themselves too because there's gonna be more
yes,
old people in retirement homes than ever. I guarantee it. They
man.
got about 15 more years. It's gonna be you're gonna see such an influx in retirement homes. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be
And
crazy.
that's gonna
And
be
we
a
not.
whole nother
We're
healthcare.
gonna be too busy. We're gonna be too busy working to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. I had this
Healthcare
conversation with
is
my daughter. Listen, I had this conversation with my daughter not too long ago. She told me, Daddy, when I go to school, I'm going to get a big good paying job and I'm gonna take care of you and I'm gonna retire you out. I told her, I said, that shouldn't even be your focus. I'm working hard for a reason to push the buck to y'all so y'all can do what y'all need to do it and not struggle like I'm struggling. I said, don't worry about me. Buy yourself a house so your kids and your great grandkids have somewhere to go. We don't have that luxury right now to where we can just. Well, I don't. I don't have the luxury where I can go to a family house and stay there. Y'all be the ones that figure that out and push that and make that a norm. Because these last 2 generations before us, they didn't even think about that shit.
think
Now
about
we
what?
just thinking about setting up some shit as simple as having a family house. So if shit gets bad, we can go there and live there and then put all our resources
well,
together.
everything was a little bit easier, and it was like you do this, and you do that, and not even saying that they were set up in a position that we can be set up if we got what we needed now. But that's actually what I was saying before. That was kind of part of the problem because it was just like, hey, everybody, this is the template. You do that and you'll be good. And motherfuckers ran with that shit, bro. And it turned out differently, different places, because of course you're gonna have to change your plan according to your environment. But a lot of the a lot of our parents just got told to keep your head down and fucking and work.
Work until you die.
It's gonna take a while, but you know, anything worth having, you gonna have to work for.
Not in this
And I
economy.
made thousands of dollars in minutes before. And that's not even to say like, oh yeah, like nigga, I'm still struggling. It's like I'm learning. It's life.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You do anything, you gonna have, oh yeah, I killed that one. You know what I'm saying? I busted this nigga ass in game winning shot in basketball, but I got dunked on the next play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
how
I mean,
it goes.
a lot of our parents didn't know better because they were brought up in the times of the economy where they didn't have to rely on investing and stuff. Like nowadays, we have to have a Roth
Right.
IRA,
All
a
this shit
401k,
that's
Everything
around
got to
now
be
was
your
strategic.
own
around it. Yeah.
your own business while you're working two jobs. Back then, you could work just one
And
mid-paying
be
job and
good.
take care of your whole family,
And
and
in
your
a
wife
sense,
didn't
it
even have to
was
work.
that simple.
They have to
Yeah.
take care of the kids.
It was that simple. Like you kind of follow the plan and it worked. But nowadays
You work
it's
one job
like
for 20 years.
our parents don't understand, like, dog, like
Well,
it's so much information that I can get a hold of that you don't even really have any interest in, or sometimes don't even know how to get to. And
well,
it's
that's the
like
thing is
if
like,
you knew it, you would be, it would be a different story, but you don't even want to know it because it's been embedded in you so much that this is it. That it's like, oh, anything new, it's like, that's nah,
well,
that's
that's what I'm saying
uh-uh.
because they were in the part of the working class, like young working class, during a time where they didn't have to worry about investing and stuff like that. So they didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck about teaching us that shit when we were kids.
They
Like all
dropped the
this
ball on
investing stuff
us.
that I learned. Yeah, so I mean, but the thing is it's not everybody. Well, it's
It's
all
some of us.
shady.
It's some of us. It's some parents that did it. It's some that. But the ratio of the parents that didn't teach us how to do it is bigger than
Yeah,
the ratio of the parents that did teach their
But
kids how to
see,
yeah. I
do
didn't
it.
know.
this is
I didn't know
another
shit
thing.
about investing when I like they didn't teach me shit about investing growing up or anything like that. And then
Me
nowadays,
either.
people come to me about investing, like tips and stuff like that.
This
Like
is
I
how
had to learn
crazy.
that shit myself.
This is how crazy it is. In our 20s, well, in my 20s, if I would have put away $20 every week all the way up to now, I would be well off. I would be fine. And it was never taught to me.
Yeah.
Now
Like that shit should
now
have
I'm
started
having to
at
work
18.
twice
And
as
if it
hard
was,
just to catch up to
yeah,
where I need to be
because you was taught
to
that
keep
new
working. And
information to be skeptical, and not saying that whatever decision you needed to make was, because it was skeptical, but well, I take that back. Well, maybe yeah, because it was new to you, and you the only person that knew that information. So it's like, who you gonna go to and ask? Like, well, at this point in my life, what decision do I make?
nigga, I didn't
Because
realize
they
that
gonna be
until a few
like,
years ago
that
though.
shit crazy. You said
Well,
what?
that shit.
I didn't realize that until a few years ago though. I'm well
Really?
into my yeah. It wasn't taught to us. My God rest his soul. My daddy taught me if you keep working and keep working, keep your head down, you'll have a great life. I did that the majority of my 20s, well into my 30s. I'm about to be 40, and I still ain't where I need to be right now. So now I'm working twice as hard to catch up to where I need to be right now. And it could have been handled a long time ago in my teens, but they didn't tell us that shit. Financial literacy wasn't a thing in my household. My parents had me believing that if I just keep working and buying shit and just keep working and buying shit instead of putting some money aside,
That's not
they
even
made me feel like that was
put
living,
money
but it wasn't.
aside. But no, all the thing was for me. I know my parents always, you need to save, you need to save, you need to, and it's like if I ain't making
You
no
ahead of me
money,
because that
what
wasn't
the
the thing in
fuck
my
am I finna
household.
save?
It's too
My
far
family
gone
was
now.
different. Mine was different because my pops, my stepdad, he was in the military and he worked the same job. He's he just retired a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's about 2 years ago he retired, and so he's been basically in the military since he was 18, and then he worked basically one job after the military for 30 years. Well, why he was in the military as well because he started doing guard and reserve. So I wasn't taught to save or to invest. I was basically taught you go to the military, you do 20 years, or you work on a job for 20 years. That's it. Because he's
And
like,
and
so he, one thing he
that's not
did,
happening in this economy.
one thing he did teach me was to pimp the military. That's why I joined the military too. Is he's like, if you're gonna join the military, make sure you pimp the fuck out the military, and that's exactly what I did. So,
Wasn't taught
but
to
he did
me.
teach me that.
I that gives you a leg up on me because we wasn't taught that. We was taught to
Yeah,
work
but
hard
I
and
know,
stay out of the way.
but he always taught me to work hard. Like I've always been a hard worker. Like everything I do, I work hard at. But that was just embedded in seeing him work on stuff like that. But as far as financial literacy, he never really gave me too much of that. My mom, she didn't have to work after she got married to him, so she didn't know shit about anything except for spending the money and paying bills.
Yeah. Do it well, not doing the bare minimum, but doing what needs to be done. I say this and my mama get mad at me all the time when I say this. We were not set up to win. We were set up to survive, and that was not fair to us at all.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm glad that we still young though, because
I mean,
we
yeah,
still have so much.
but it just fucking sucks that I have to work twice as hard at this age to what I supposed to be like cruising, like getting ready to start cruising through shit. But nigga, at this point, nigga, by the time we 60, it ain't gonna be no social security. It ain't gonna be no
Yeah, nowadays we live in an economy where if you ain't the boss of something, like your own business venture, then you might
and
be fucked up.
that's a task in itself.
Yeah, like you ain't running no YouTube channel that's getting millions of views, or
Mm-hmm.
or doing your own business that's getting
You're not
like some
finna
good
be
ass
working
money.
a 9 to 5 and be okay.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
you're not about
not.
to be working for somebody else and be okay,
You're not.
and unless you know how to invest and you live below your means. So that's something I always
But
make
you
sure I
would have
do is
had
live.
to. You would have had to been doing that shit already.
I mean, that's
Because
what I do, but I taught
at this
myself that.
point,
My
if at
parents didn't
this
teach me
point
that.
you want to say you can live like that and invest, like yeah, you would have had to been invested.
10 to 15 years
But you're
ago.
right, it still works. You can
That's when I
invest,
started. It was about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago is when I started. And I've always lived below my means since then.
and it's about 2000. Yep, 2012, 2012, 2013.
But that's
Yes,
when a lot of
been about
information
10
started
years.
becoming available to people online. So a lot of people were just keeping
And I felt
just
the same way. Yeah, it's some shit, but then I got put on to a lot of shit too. Just from meeting, you meet motherfuckers and they ain't, the answer, but they give you information, and so
That's
you go
I
off that information, and
But that's the
like
what
issue. The OGs don't
YouTube.
want to give out that information. They They want to hog that shit and then take that shit to their grave.
That is true.
Yeah,
And that's why
I remember the
that's
day.
why
I still
research
remember the same day
continues.
I started investing. This day I
'Cause
started
that's
investing was I used to work at this one Mexican restaurant, and there's a cigar shop right across the street from it. And I like to smoke cigars, so I went over there one day, or like my off day, just to go chill. And I met this one old white dude named John Parker. Still remember his name.
white folks to
And I
give you
bought him.
all that
And
shit.
me and him, like he was just, him and his friends. They all like in their 60s and 70s at the time, and
Because he ain't got nothing to
they just
lose
started.
right now. That's
And
probably why he gave you the
he
info.
But
he was rich as
what is
fuck.
the other
And
what
he
is
just started talking. Oh, hold on.
what
He
does
just
our
started
people
talking
have
to
to
me.
lose?
And then he just
Nothing.
started talking to me. He wasn't even talking about investing or anything. We were just talking about sports and everything. And I had a good time with him. So I remember I bought him a $40 Padron Maduro cigar, a 1964 and Padron. Shit cost like $40. I remember I gave it to him. And he's like, "Hey, here's my business card." And I called the next day. He's like, "Come to my office." Went to his office and he just gave me all this information.
Gave you the
just like
spill.
just started out. And I was just like, he's like, "This is what," because I asked him, "What did you do?" And he's like, he didn't want to tell me at first. And then,
And you know what's
when
the
we were at
crazy
the start,
thing? You know what the crazy thing about investing? Most people think you got to put up a large sum of money. Some cases, it's not even that.
so actually a little, you just pay. I always pay. My rule is every time instead of saving money, every time, I mean, I always make sure I saved up an emergency fund and I have no debt at all.
Right.
That's the first thing you do
Liquid
is pay
shit.
off your debt.
You can
So people start trying to invest before they pay off their debt and before they create an emergency fund. That's where they fuck up.
You'll just be
they
running
end up
in a
just
circle.
taking back out of the shit that they invested in and
And
low
that was the
key
issue I ran into with my
making less
401k.
money.
You always pay off your debt first, and then you create an emergency fund, and then you start investing. And you pay yourself first 10%. You invest 10% of every dollar you make. Like when I get paid from anything, before I spend $1 on groceries, child support, anything, I don't give a fuck. I put 10% into my investment portfolio, and then I take
Yeah.
care of my other shit.
And that works when you're not living check to check. And I'm
No,
not
I mean,
I'm not giving a
you got to do when you're
rebuttal.
living check to check.
Like that's what I'm about to say. I'm not giving a rebuttal or like going against anything you said because
but even living check to check, you could be frugal with certain shit.
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say.
I feel like even people who live check to check, everybody has their own vices and stuff that they could cut back on,
Yeah.
and that 10% could be going to paying off your debt first, then creating an
Or if you
emergency
do spend
Yeah.
some money,
Yeah, but
spend.
look. Yes. What if 10% is gonna take you 15 years to pay off whatever you put 10% towards?
That's
fund.
not.
You better consolidate your debt and get a consolidated loan, and then pay that off while you're still enjoying your 10%.
Yeah.
But most people who don't have money aren't in a financial situation to where they have debt that they can't pay off. Most people are just too ignorant to, or they're too greedy to, or they're just too hard-headed to. They'd rather enjoy the small finer things that keep them in debt.
Like if you go spend some money, play long ball with your money.
Yeah.
Don't spend it on experiences. I'd rather spend $200 on a TV as opposed to spending $200 on some shit I can't experience no more than a week from now. That bothers me so bad. I do not like spending money on experience. It's cool.
I mean, I do because I like to travel. So
yeah, I mean, but it's cool. It's cool when it's. I mean, it's cool to do it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it. Like we went to Denver. I've never been to Denver, but I'm not gonna go to Denver 5 times a year type shit. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Plus, people do it
is
different nowadays.
more?
Everybody wants to fly and shit nowadays. Like, take it back to the 80s and 90s and beforehand. Go drive somewhere, even if it's a day or
Or
two.
get on the train.
Drive. Oh, trains are expensive nowadays.
Damn, really?
It's expensive.
But what about the person that can't even afford to go to Denver one time a year?
What about them? What are you asking?
You got to be okay with not being able to do that. Don't go broke trying to do that shit. Don't spend your last trying to do that shit.
Yeah,
That experience is just gonna be what it is, an experience.
Yeah, I almost went broke one time trying to keep up with the Joneses. I ended up getting engaged. The first time I got engaged, and bought a brand new Mercedes, a brand new Beamer, like a month apart from each other, buying all this shit, and then next thing I know, it was like, oh shit.
Even I did it recently, and it's been kicking my ass ever since. I got a Camaro. I put like 6 racks to get it. I was paying $1,000 a month. 6 months into the shit, the transmission started going out. So by then, I'm damn near 12 racks into it. It had to get rid of the car. So now I'm fucked up. I was fucked up about it. When I could have just went cheap.
That's one thing I always tell people: like, don't ever pay a car note. If you you save up money and then buy a car. I don't care if you're driving a hoopty. Make sure it's a good running hoopty.
What if you need a car?
That's what I'm saying.
But if you are paying a note, have a plan to keep this car. That be the issue. Motherfuckers be getting these cars and be thinking about the next car. Nah, nigga, fix the motherfucker that you in.
Yeah.
Get that motherfucker up and run. Yeah.
Putting rims on their car and shit with a fucked up transmission.
I had a homie that did that and then got a charger and put rims on. I said, bro, what you do to the motor to compensate for them rims? Ah, man, I'm just driving it as is. Nigga, that nigga had that hoe. That nigga had that hoe for a year and the motor went out because the rims were too big. The nigga didn't do nothing to counterweight the rims and all that shit.
Gotta be the best worst cars ever. Fucking Chargers.
Oh, Chargers.
And niggas do this thing when you drive under a bridge and your car do the thing.
Yeah.
Niggas love to make the shit go under the.
You ain't doing nothing but fucking up your. You just fucking up your motor and don't realize you doing it. It sounds good.
It's like, I don't care that much, but it just be like, I don't.
You just immature.
That shit kind of. That's all. My bad. I ain't mean to sidetrack that. But yeah, because sometimes I have my window down, and the shit scare me. So fuck y'all niggas. Y'all niggas, I'm halfway through the motherfucking underpass, the little under the tunnel, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm playing with me, and I'm like, oh shit, all right. I see this nigga's coming through with the Hemi. Like shit.
And niggas don't realize getting the Hemi is a real investment. That's exactly why
you have to take care of that hoe.
That's why police don't stay in them fucking cars too much long, because they'll burn them bitches out.
And that's what, like, that's why I be like, man, most of these niggas getting this shit for the reason a nigga get a Charger and because they like a SRT.
And not realizing what's gonna come with this shit.
Yeah, for
you're gonna be pouring more money to fix it.
Yeah, for one, they don't sell them hoes no more. For two, the maintenance on that bitch is get a Porsche.
It's ridiculous.
Get a Porsche. You might as well.
Get a Porsche.
you're gonna be pouring the same amount of money into that shit.
Right.
At least you know what you get though. But
on the side of the road.
Yeah.
like you might as well be on the side of the road with a Porsche. But it's like, all right, nigga, them hoes, like the shit is for serious niggas, not for niggas that heard some shit in a fucking rap song and was like,
And I want to be in it.
yeah, I want to get, yeah, I want
It's
to,
just for
yeah,
people who come from racing families. Like that's for people. Like I have friends who
right,
used to race professionally growing up. Like they all have
right.
SRTs and stuff. They all have
But you
67
use,
Chevilles and 69 Novas.
but
Like
they're
they know how
probably
to take
using
care of
it to
shit.
make a
That's what I'm about
profit
to
though.
say. Like niggas,
They're using it
Yeah,
to
niggas
make a
they use it
profit.
to make money, and they do it. They use because they race them. So like
It's an
they take care of
right.
investment. Niggas is
it.
just buying that shit just to be buying that shit and don't have no idea what the
Just to
fuck
have
they
that hoe
doing.
for 5 months and that's it.
Unless I'm traveling, I don't spend over $500 for nothing unless it's something I'm investing into myself, my future, or my
Man,
daughter's future. Like not one thing. I can't name one thing that's even in my house that costs over $500 that I'm not investing in myself, except for
yeah,
guns.
cause I'm real stingy.
I'm
I'm
not. I'm
real.
not stingy. I like to give, but it's like
I mean,
It's
yeah, I
okay.
like to
It's
give,
okay to
but
be frugal though.
yeah, I'm
yeah,
definitely very
yeah,
frugal. Very
man,
frugal.
I ain't stupid.
I mean, it's definitely not cheap because I like nice things, but it has to be like it has to make sense though.
Yep. Like one thing I like to
But
do is, hmm?
I said I'm glad that the stuff that I love as far as music, because remember back in the day to get good quality music equipment, that shit used to you had to damn near be a millionaire working in a big ass studio. And nowadays,
Man,
the way the prices
that's why
come down.
pirating was so popular. That's what, to be honest, I think that's kind of what um pushed streaming because there's a lot of shit that if I could find the shit from LimeWire that I had, and back in the day before iTunes was like it is now, if I could find them songs, I got so many songs, and not my songs, but like just in general, like artists, famous artists, whatever. That
What and sell
shit.
their shit?
You said what?
Sit and sell their shit?
No, not like songs like don't nobody else have. Just shit that probably ain't on iTunes. You know, like, cause niggas used to check up on damn near like every day or every week on the artists that they like on LimeWire and be like, shit, some new shit came out. I got so many. I had so many unfinished Kanye songs.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
remember that those questions too.
yeah, like just act like actual shit straight from the studio type shit. Just cause niggas was uploading that shit, or either they was on the computer that automatically did it, or whatever, however the fuck it got on there.
Yeah, a lot of times their shit
But
used to get hacked.
I'm back, fellas. Oh man. My
but
body is
yeah,
turned into my number one op, bro. I'm
man,
getting to the age, these diabetes and all of this shit, nigga. I be sitting somewhere. My body be running itself. Like, nigga, you better go pee before I make you pee.
Damn.
nigga,
You better
the
go.
other day but I was at a gas station, and the gas stations that they're gonna be like, the restroom is out of order. Like,
Yeah.
man, fuck y'all. So y'all sitting in this hole all day, y'all ain't pissing.
Not using the restroom and shit.
Yeah. But it was a crowded gas station too. and then it was also bums out in front of it. So it's like I couldn't just go on the side and pee because then
Shit.
Then you got the
I
rest. You
didn't
get
really
caught and
care
have to
about a
register as
lot
a
of
sex
people
offender and
seeing
shit.
me. You said what?
Then you get caught and then have to register as a sex offender and shit.
That's one thing I be thinking about too.
Nigga don't want
But
that on his jacket.
no,
Hey, I'll pull
because
my shit out in prison. There's so much homeless people, and they be like, "Hey, man, that's my bed."
this nigga. So look, I'm there. I'm there. And I'm like, damn, it's too many people. You know, I was like, you know, I'm like, be like, fuck it. And then I was like, what is bums out here? And the bums is what made me be like, I'm gonna piss out here because they definitely gonna be like, hey man, let me get some. It's gonna be a lot of questions and like, well, you just pissed out here. So we both, and I was like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna, go down the street somewhere and piss. Nigga got caught at a light. Oh
Longest light in the world.
man, it was no good. Nigga had to clamp that shit, and I was like, ah! And nigga just pulled over and just pissed, and I died. No fun, basically. More of the story, no fun. Pee when you gotta pee, but when you get
Yeah.
older, like that shit,
You say you
Ah,
pissed yourself?
nah, nah.
Well, I was
That's
thinking,
where the
but
clamp
I ain't
came
say
in.
shit. I ain't want to say
That's
shit. Be
where
like, hey, the nigga
that's
pissed.
where the
Nigga
clamp
Loki said he
came
pissed
in.
himself. He said he pissed himself.
One more time, he said, "No, that's where the clamp came in. I
Yeah.
had to clamp that bitch. Got
I
out
was
the
making. I
car.
had to make it clear for the audience.
Yeah, but
For all 9 of you.
I was like the clamp was like, man, it's too long, and it was like shit. I almost felt like I was better off just getting out the car at the light and just pissing.
Yeah.
But it
But
was
it was
like,
it's too many
nigga
moving
ain't
parts.
never.
It's too many
Yeah,
moving parts.
nigga ain't never threw a car park so fast, man. And this ain't the first time. It's probably like what second or third. I know one time I thought I threw that bitch in park. That bitch was still in neutral. I'm outside the car, ghost pissed in the whip. You know,
Hey.
I know, I know my
Hey,
nigga
man, that's why you
Jules
don't ever
got.
get stuck in traffic. Don't ever get stuck in traffic in no metropolitan or
Oh
downtown.
my
Yeah.
god.
That's why I like
Uh-uh.
living over here. I can just, hey, something
Hey.
like that happened to me. I can go over anywhere, just piss or take a shit
Yeah.
if
Hey,
I
Jules.
need to. Who knows?
Jules, there was a point that I made earlier in the show before you got on about me making one point, talking point, and we never got to it. So y'all both single. I need y'all thoughts on this. Fuck, where is it? The dynamic of dating right now is so fucking weird. Are y'all dealing with this on a daily basis as far as like give and taking in relationships with people?
Oh, I ain't fucking with nobody
What's the
right now.
question?
Yeah, that's the question. Because from other people that I talk to, the dynamic is so fucking weird. I had a homegirl called me and she was like, "Yeah, I gotta move out of my space and gotta find somewhere to stay." And she asked me, she was like, "Well, can you help me find like a second chance place?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't know any second chance places." But I said, "Ain't you fucking with a nigga?" She was like, "Yeah, but I don't want to ask him because it's gonna be weird, and I don't want to have to move into this nigga place. So I said, you fucking with a nigga on a regular basis, and you can't even get a pot to piss in the window to throw it out.
But if she don't want to move there, she don't want to move there.
So
Yeah, I'm about to say, 'cause, I don't. If I'm talking to somebody, I don't want to move in with me. Then I don't want them to move in with me.
Right.
but if you, I'm talking about if you fucking with somebody heavy.
If she don't want to move in with that nigga, then she don't.
She don't want to do it. She doesn't want to do it because she's weird about how he's gonna react to it. But in my head is if I'm fucking with you, male or if I'm fucking with somebody, I should be you should not obligated.
Ask that nigga.
Yeah, she should ask. If I can go over there.
If she gets to that point, then yeah. Like, I mean, if she want to be, not even saying if she want to be stubborn, but if she want to find her own place, and let her find her own place.
So you would rather go through it knowing that you fucking with somebody? Because when I was
in my own place, yeah.
That's weird.
From what it sounds like,
I wouldn't want to stay with that person, but if I'm looking for my own place, I'm looking for my own place. I'm not. I mean, like, so, because honestly, I would feel weird being like, yeah, it's going crazy over here. What you got going over there? You wanna
Okay, so let me put this in context. So you going over a girl house and you fucking on her every other day. But if you get into a bad situation to where you need some help and she's not willing to help, would you still fuck with her?
Maybe,
but even if it's a short term,
like it's chances that I wouldn't even ask her for help unless we was already in a position of where I knew that was something that was even possible. Like, I'm not finna be fucking with you, and it's just like, all right, yeah, we cool, and we be fucking on each other and shit. But we ain't necessarily talked about being together, which we don't have to, but we ain't necessarily even been around. We have to have been around each other like that for me to even think that I can bring that up. And then at that point, I have to be at like the end of the road to be like, I'm finna be homeless in about 15 minutes, ma'am. Do you think I can come figure some shit out over there? Like, it'll be like that. But if it's something where we've talked and it's like, oh no, we want to stay together, and it's not because of, some dire situation. And I understand that sometimes it may, both may align. But I feel like in that case, then I wouldn't feel weird to ask you that. Because that's something that would have already.
So say I'm a girl and me and you been fucking with each other and for years, and I say I need somewhere to stay for a few days. Come on, nigga.
Oh yeah, like I
need somewhere to stay for a few days, and I need to. Yeah, but I'm saying if that's the conversation, I'm not talking about long term. But if it's a short term shit, would y'all offer that? Knowing this person is going through this.
Yeah, all right, I have 2 points.
A few days
I have 2 points. I have 2 points when it comes to this, and I can only think like a guy because I've always had my own spot, and so I've met all different types of chicks that this has happened to them. Some chicks is like, yo, if your situation is fucked up over there, and I let them know, don't bring your fucked up shit over here. So I do warn them, and it's going to only be for, like you said, a few days. And I let them know straight up, even if we have been fucking with each other for a while. And then I've met these chicks who do this too, where you've been fucking with somebody for a long time, and they think that whoever they're living with let's say they live with their moms, because this has actually happened with some chicks living with her mom. And she was like talking shit to her mom, whatever. She's talking shit to her mom, but she just felt like, hey, if my mom kicks me out or whatever, she can just come stay with Jules. So she got kicked out of her apartment. I used the word stay, me and my mom got into it. And I was like, well, how long do you plan on staying? She's like, I can't move in with you. I was like, no.
Yeah, but you setting up boundaries though. You're setting up boundaries though.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what the guy. So the friend that you're talking about, she's probably talking to a guy who set up boundaries.
But she's not even giving the opportunity to be like, nah, I don't want this. She's just going off, oh, I don't want to ask because I don't want to be put in a weird space. So I said, you rather be in a fucked up position instead of just asking.
Sounds like she talks to a guy who she knows will put, like, it seems like the boundaries have been just by his personality and who he is as a person. I think he's already set up the boundaries in that way to where she knows that she can't just move in with him because he set up some type of boundary, just being a man. So I think that's why she don't want to ask him.
Right.
Which is the way I think shit's supposed to be, because a lot of women be trying to pull shit over. Like, a lot of women scheme their way into shit.
I mean, that's on both ends, but I feel like
that's on both ends.
If I'm fucking with you, I should be able to ask you for something. I know motherfuckers that be fucking with people and shit, and they can't even ask a motherfucker to pay a phone bill because the other motherfucker feel like a motherfucker trying to get over, and that's just weird to me. Like, if I'm fucking with you the long way,
I don't understand that. Like, I ain't gotta pay shit because of
you ain't gotta pay. I'm not saying I'm not saying tricking, paying a motherfucker bills and shit. I would never tell a woman or a man to trick off and pay everybody bills and shit like that. That's stupid. But if I'm fucking with you and your cell phone is off, you should feel like, all right, let me throw you $50, $60 or $100 to pay your phone bill, and then you should get back on your feet. Motherfuckers don't even want to do that.
Nah, I've done that plenty of times where it comes to like pay your phone bills. And you don't have to pay me back because I know you ain't. I wouldn't be fucking with you if I thought you was trying to scheme on me.
Yeah. Like, motherfuckers don't even want to do that. Like, nigga, I got a partner. He was like, yeah, my little bitch phone off and shit, and I got the money, but I don't want to give it to her because I don't want to feel like she getting over on me and this and that. Well, I don't even know who. That's what I told him.
That's not your girl. Then.
And I understand that too, but it's like, if you want to do it, you do it. And just like all three of us have said, we've done it before. Like, if I got it, and it's like, yeah, $60, like, and be responsible, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't shit.
But I just don't know who to blame anymore, because motherfuckers be doing it on both ends. Like, damn, y'all niggas be so worried about getting fucked over. I ain't never
had no chick pay my phone bill.
But I'm pretty sure if you needed to, you can go to somebody that you fuck with and be like, hey, can I?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That bitch got to get paid tomorrow.
But as far as moving in with a chick, though, I'd move back home with my parents before I moved in with some chick. I couldn't do that.
I just thug it out. I mean, but
if it was for a couple of days, though, you say a couple of days scenario, that's different, because that actually did happen to me when I got into it with one of my homies when I first moved to Washington, and he fucked shit, and actually did have this chick, one Ukrainian chick, and I was like, you mind if I stay there just for like 2-3 days? I was like, I'll have a spot, and it was literally 2-3 days, and I already had a spot within it.
Not to say I don't know females that will help me out, because I absolutely do, and they have.
I wouldn't even put myself in that position.
Yeah, I mean, but
it can happen.
It happens.
And that's how I know.
I mean, the way it did happen to me, it was like that was something I had no control over. So that's why I don't feel bad about it. But as far as like just, guys who fucked up, then I can never see myself doing something like that. Putting myself in a position like that.
That shit still just crazy to me. I don't know who to blame. Then us or them. I don't know who to blame. Just this situation is weird.
What? Just
So she just needs a place to stay for a few days.
That's the understanding I got from the conversation I had with her. But she's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Prideful. She won't even ask. So I said, you just go thug it out when you don't have to.
Well, she did ask you, didn't she?
She didn't ask me. She was supposed to be asking the nigga that she fucking with. Like, she didn't even give this nigga opportunity to say no. So that's just weird to be like, what's going on? Like,
life, nigga.
I guess.
Maybe you got roommates or something. They're not roommates.
Even if that's the case, if I'm, for an example, when me and my girl got together, we was what, shit, 2 to 3 months in before she moved in with me. There was a situation. We went through the winter storm. She lost her apartment because apartment damage. Her apartment was fucked up. The first, I didn't even have to think about it. I said, hey, your apartment fucked up. Just come stay at my place. It wasn't no overthinking it. Oh, if she move in, it's gonna be this and that, and I'm gonna lose my freedom and this and that. Nigga, we've been rocking for 3 years now.
Now that's different. That's having a heart.
Yeah,
but shit like
I
that
would do.
But shit like that happens. Like, motherfuckers be overthinking it, being worried about getting fucked over and all of this and this. Like, stop overthinking that shit. Just what's wrong with doing the right? Motherfuckers make it weird to do the right thing and shit. With a motherfucker you fucking with.
It was like if somebody lost their apartment due to them being irresponsible, and then they're like, "Oh, can I come stay with you?" I'd be like,
that's different, and that's when you set up boundaries. Then you already setting up the boundaries. But to the fact of what motherfucker for a motherfucker just don't want to help, just because they don't want to help, that shit weird to me.
Yeah, I'll never fall for the. I do have a situation right now.
That shit is not weird, bro. That shit is.
And if she hits me up,
not right. Like,
I have a situation right now where
everybody
she's
would
staying
think
with the
that's weird.
And if she hits me up any day, like, "Oh, me and such got into it. Can I come stay with you? I can't stay here anymore." I'm like, no. You just come stay here for like a couple of days or something like that. A few days.
Yeah, but like I said, you're setting a boundary, but you're not ignoring the situation because of what it is. You know it's a fucked up situation, but you're still willing to help, but it's a limit. You're putting a limit on that shit. Motherfuckers don't even want to ask or even say nothing. Just ask. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Motherfuckers say no, and the motherfucker say no, stop fucking with them.
I mean, it depends. Like, what did she say? Why she's losing her apartment?
I didn't go into details about that, but just the fact that motherfuckers don't want to help, and I'm saying this is why I said the nigga said you can come over there and fuck on. You can come. Y'all can both go to each other's places at the time and fuck on each other. But when it's time to do some real shit, everybody be like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." So why would you fuck with a motherfucker?
Move in with her. Like, why he gotta be ready to move in just because she hit hard?
I'm not even saying moving in, but just helping the motherfucker out of the situation that you fucking with. Like, motherfuckers act like they can't do that shit.
A few days, even a month or two. Like, yeah.
I was saying, I think you need more context to that story because we don't know why she's losing her apartment.
That's weird though. But I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody said I lost my apartment because I fucked up, I'm like, well, actually, you know what? I will let them come stay with me. I'd work the shit out of
They gonna be like, Adam, this has been there for 2 days. You might, you know.
them. Give me an indentured servant
I
fucking
ain't
with
gonna,
me.
yeah,
For
I ain't gonna lie. Especially if you staying for free
Mhm.
and you just here. Oh, this hoe better be spotless. And it ain't gonna be hard because it ain't like just a dirty nigga.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we already fucking with each other. Whenever I get home, be
Them
hungry.
droughts better be
If
folded.
I ain't hungry, whatever I say goes. Not on some crazy shit. If I'm like, I'm cool, just chill, mind your business. Then yeah, it better not be. We ain't having no back and forth about.
Yeah, for real. No back
I
and forth at all.
wanna. You wanna what? I know that shit sound crazy,
But
but
that's the way
hey,
it's
They gonna be,
supposed
gonna be
hey,
on
the,
some
the,
like
the
that's
listeners
the way
gonna
it's
be like, yeah,
supposed to
these
be.
niggas misogynists.
it's like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, that's the way it's
You
supposed
ain't finna
you
tell
gotta
me
you gotta
too
be
much
intense.
of I wanna. And I'm not the type of nigga to have you do it. Like, I'm like, well, no, you don't want to what? Suck this dick. Like, nigga, no. It's going to be like, hey, you going to give me some water? You don't want to give me no water? Bet. Because you finna ask me some shit or you finna ask me for some shit. And I'm going to be like, nah, I'm thirsty. Motherfucker. Like, some shit like
I
that.
can't
Like,
I can't get this done because I'm parched.
motherfucker. I don't tell me what you. It takes 30 seconds at the most to go do that, and if it's 30 seconds, I think you might be poisoned. So I'm finna come get it myself, motherfucker.
She probably color
Like,
purple and it's spinning.
see, and you like that movie
I ain't know no better when I was watching it.
as a kid. Mm-hmm.
There was plenty of shit that I was doing as a kid that I had no business doing. I don't to this day I don't understand why I was vibing out the Carl Tuggers.
It's
Throwing
good
Carl
This
music.
Tuckers.
nigga music was clearly too mature for me.
Most of the shit we was listening to was too mature. We didn't even know what the fuck
Oh,
we
I
was
thought you were
talking
saying
about.
it was bad or something. I was like, ain't nothing wrong with Carl Tuckers.
Nah,
Yeah, we
nah. Why
didn't
the
know what
fuck
the
was I
fuck we was
listening to
talking about
emotional
most
and shit?
making up shit.
I'm emotional. Why
Yeah.
was we listening to that shit? I heard stressing out
Damn.
and shit.
Hey, catching me at the wrong time. Couldn't even spell that bitch.
Yeah.
Singing to that hoe, but nah. Yeah, I feel. But yeah,
There's a lot of
further
crazy
on that.
stuff going on that we didn't
Hmm?
even cover. There's a lot of crazy shit that's happened in the last week or two.
Mm. You said
Like
it's a
what?
lot of
And
crazy.
like the Cowboys losing today.
Yeah, I already jumped on his ass about that shit.
This has been a What You Thought podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sounding out this motherfucker.
Hey, you know what's weird? All three of T.I.'s sons do music, and it just seems like it's just his oldest what's his name? Messiah. That nigga
That
does
I got
blues.
two things. Yeah, that
What?
nigga's little uh Tip Hendrix in this.
Yeah. But like all
I
his
saw
sons
that
is
shit.
like the different sides of T.I. and shit.
You say he does blues?
Oh, some
Yeah, he does
Pokemon shit.
blues.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Like he
He
go by
does
That's
Buddy
too.
honorable.
Rid.
And
But this
yeah,
nigga
his
shit
sons are
is
really
legit.
like The Pokemon
Good.
of him. He is. And I just saw that shit today. And I was
That's
like,
good though.
damn, that nigga. Because before, he wasn't dressing like it. And then I was like, oh, this nigga dressing like it now. I was like, all right. So this nigga, I was like, but it's funny because this nigga looked like T.I. when he was in high school or some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
All
Nigga
these
look
niggas,
like
all his
nigga
sons ain't nothing
T.I.
but variants of him.
And then his other son is Tip Cold.
Yeah. And then you
But that nigga
got
be going
King.
hard. I'm just mad because I saw the same 2 or 3 songs for about 4 months now, and I'm like, all right, bro. I know it's cool you talking about that girl and shit that you saw, and you might be saying some stupid shit. Like, all right, I got the story, bro. And he got some other songs, but he still be going hard. And then his youngest son,
King. Just be all up.
and
Well, now T.I. got 4.
he
King.
got more than just 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I forgot what was I watching? Yeah, I was watching Clayton English and
It's funny as hell.
yes. What's that nigga name? Rob. Y'all know. Rob I'm trying to pull that shit up on YouTube. That's why I'm looking back and forth. Rob, man, god damn. Anyway, that nigga shit was funny. And what they was talking about was the youngest son crying on all the
Oh, TV
reality
shows.
shows. And you know the youngest son is like the one that wants to be the most gangster. So it's like they was like I just be seeing him and I just be like, you used to cry on TV, bro.
Yeah, like we
Like
got records of that shit.
I can't take you too serious. And
That's
then
just like
Rob
Michael Irvin's
Hayes.
son.
I
That's like Michael Irvin's son.
ain't seen
That
Michael
was the
Irvin sound
funniest
like that.
shit. That was the funniest shit with Michael Irvin clowned his own son on national
Yeah.
TV.
Like this nigga be talking about the struggle and shit, and like, bro, you were born a millionaire, nigga. Shut up.
I'm glad Michael Irvin did that. He kept it real.
He
He
had
just
to.
clowned his own
Michael
son.
Irvin had to, cause hey, if I didn't know that nigga
Just so-
wasn't Michael Irvin's son, I'd have been like, yeah, that nigga there, nigga, where I'm from. This
I don't
nigga
even
went
know
to
what the nigga looked like. That nigga could have came out with a
He went
song
to
and
he went to
video.
Clarence. He went to Clarence.
the nigga went to Allen High School.
Oh, Allen, like Texas Allen?
Yeah, Alan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the band spelled their name out on the field?
yeah. That nigga went to a good school.
Nah, fuck that nigga.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
He had good
And
parents.
but
His
the
name
but the
was
nigga act
Clarence.
like he out here trapping and shit. Like, nah, nigga, your daddy a multi-millionaire, nigga. Nah, bro, we ain't for to respect that shit. He rapping like T.I.
That'd be
did.
like,
In
that'd
No,
be like
yeah.
Shador trying to be
Chill.
gangster or Shiloh trying to be gangster or something like that. They just wouldn't look right.
I don't even get
He
that.
said Shiloh.
We've
You talking about
literally Dion kid. We've literally seen this nigga grow up on TV. We know
y'all
what
did.
type of
I ain't
lifestyle
watched
y'all
that.
do. Bucky be doing that shit too. But Dion Jr.
Let me say he be doing what?
be acting like he in the streets and shit. Like, bro, you come on, man. I said his dad Dion said it. Dion
No, he
kind of shit. You go back on that nigga Instagram and see him throwing up gang signs and shit like
How many
that. Like,
times?
a lot. This nigga Bucky
Oh,
I
be
mean,
acting like it.
that's throwing up the set though. You can be from a good spot. And still got like, because he in the city, so
This
you be part of
Bucky,
the
California ass
set.
nigga.
Even
Buck,
if you got, even
No,
if you
but
got
Bucky,
that
money,
don't,
you can
ain't
be part of the
Bucky
studio.
don't
set.
even live in the city. That nigga live in Canton on a farm.
Well, I'm just saying, every LeBron's kids, everybody twisting it up nowadays. It's like we know it's different than what Ti son's trying to do. Ti son is just on clown mode. That's entirely different.
I'm happy Bucky just turned that shit around after Dion said that shit and start doing some business shit. Cause that shit right there, he was stacking up on niggas and shit and getting into shit that he ain't had no business getting into. Nigga, you
Oh, this
from the
must have
sub?
been before. You talking about
Yeah,
like maybe like
He
like
said
10
he
years ago
stuck
or something,
up
right?
on niggas.
the nigga was at SMU stacking up on niggas, bro. You go to SMU, you know what type of money you have to go to
Nigga,
SMU.
I know. I'm about to find out. I'm about to try to go there.
they
Bro,
probably done that shit.
it's $75,000 to go to SMU a semester. And Dion was paying
Nigga,
that out of pocket.
no. That was 2018.
But you're not getting my point. You're
Oh
going to
no,
private school.
I'm really getting your point because I'm that frugal. I'm like, nah, you had the numbers wrong. I feel you, but nigga,
Nigga,
yes.
you going to
And
Southern
you
Methodist
stacking up on
University.
niggas, you better fucking stack up on them goddamn grades, you ignorant ass nigga. The fuck you doing going up in this motherfucker twisting your fingers in some white
Ran out of
folks'
white folks.
face? Nigga. Oh.
I'm thinking about applying there. I want to stay at Prairie View, but I want to go. I want to go to a college where, like, I'm right there. Like
I mean, you
it
got
kind of
UNT.
sucks.
You got UNT. It's a
Nah,
good
it ain't
school.
the same. I'd rather go to SMU than UT. UT
Hey.
is like because I'm trying to study
It was,
law. So
hey, it was good enough for Dr. Phil.
no, ain't nothing wrong with UT. Like
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing's wrong with UT. I'm just saying I'd rather go to SMU. So I'm applying there.
Yeah, I know. SMU, I mean, people don't get SMU. They think because SMU ain't really good at football and any other sport, it's a bad school. But y'all niggas that's not understanding, you don't go to college to play sports. Sports get you into SMU to learn shit.
I mean, I'm be applying at TCU as well. So
Yeah, I
those are
mean,
my first two choices. So SMU
You
and
know, that was
TCU.
the first studio I recorded at. It's SMU studio.
Right?
Snuck in that bitch on them white folks.
Hey,
My
no
nigga
lie,
John
Mike. I almost
Harris.
bought a vocal booth today.
what?
Go be in that hole looking
I
stupid as hell.
almost bought a vocal booth today.
Oh,
I
I
thought
thought that
I
nigga
was
said.
gonna
I thought the nigga said he almost shot a vocal group. I was like, nigga.
You know
I was
that
like,
I
nigga.
mean shit.
Them niggas
You
in
done
there.
shot some shit
Ooh,
before, so
ooh, he done pulled up with.
the whole group.
Oh man, he done shot the shot lights.
Why'd he do it?
Wop on this extendo,
I
nigga.
don't know. Nigga, we was sitting there singing a 5-part harmony, and they came in and started bucking.
Listen, I don't know what. Like shit. I guess we weren't singing right.
Say flat,
Yeah, you
bitch.
almost bought a vocal.
That's what I thought he said, but I misheard this shit.
You almost bought a why?
Because I mean, we can discuss that later after the show. But I'm saying, like, for everybody listening, we're about to take this shit to another level. So, taking the shit to another level. For real, for real.
Business moves.
And the vocal.
Was the girl? Or was the girls? Niggas.
This thing's stupid.
Nothing. I'm tripping. That animal that kicked in.
He's still talking about me shooting up a vocal group.
Nah, but I'm listening though. I heard the business stuff. Boy, it's cold. It's cold a bitch out here, boy. God.
Hey, dog. Cole.
I don't know. I know y'all
Hey,
probably
Cole.
don't watch. I know y'all probably don't watch Game of Thrones, but it feel like the Night King that came through this bitch. It gets cold as fuck. It's 12 degrees out here. God damn.
Yeah, the air's different out here because when it was 12 degrees in Korea, it didn't feel this cold. Like 12 degrees in Korea wasn't as cold as this 12 degrees.
How is the weather out in Korea,
so
bro?
many fucking people there.
Global warming. It's in the city.
No, I was
Fucking
stationed in
2
Koonsan,
billion people in that motherfucker.
which is weird. I was right by the beaches and stuff, so you usually get that ocean breeze, and it still wasn't this cold. I wasn't near anybody. I wasn't in Seoul.
Oh, you
like
was
near
on
Seoul or
drugs.
anything. Yeah, I was like in the southeast part or
See how that
southwest part
nigga
of it.
ignored that shit?
So I was on drugs.
We all
Nah,
on drugs.
The air was just different.
Word.
But it's weird though, because like being right next to the water, like right next to the ocean, usually you get like a cold ass ocean breeze.
Right.
Still wasn't
Different
it
air.
didn't feel as cold.
Different air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all niggas funny as hell, bro. This
What's everybody
nigga
got coming up?
Kevin.
What's everybody got coming up for 2024?
Nah, y'all niggas trying to act like I forgot what y'all niggas have done in the last 10 minutes.
What?
This nigga Kev has
Niggas works with suspenseful talking.
I'm sorry.
I will add some sound effects to it. It's gonna be like dun dun dun.
This nigga. Kev. Dun, dun, dun.
Damn, this nigga made me forget. You rolled past some shit, dog, that I was like, nah, wait a minute. And then this nigga Jules started talking. Oh, I'm so fucking mad. Both of y'all was on some shit tonight. I really want to rewind this shit. But I've been trying to keep up with the conversation and remember what y'all was about to say at the same time.
Well,
That y'all
what you
fucked me up.
can do is re-listen to this pod and then get us a playoff for here, and then you can come back and talk about it next week.
Hey, you know what? What else can happen is fuck y'all. How about that? But no.
Dun, dun, dun. Like a Mexican soap opera opening.
You said what?
It's gonna sound like a Mexican soap opera in here.
Oh.
This nigga Rick Ross petty as hell. This nigga said he sent the email to 50 and said he wanted to buy the rest of G Unit's what you call them?
Discography.
Yeah. He said he would have bought for $5 million just so he could throw all that shit away. as hell.
Hey, he went up in pricing because he was saying only for like 1 million earlier.
That
Oh,
nigga
50
sick.
Cent deserve it all. He deserve it all. He deserve it all. He deserve it all. He deserve it all. 50 Cent deserve it all. That's my motherfucking nigga, but that nigga deserve it all. And I know 50 Cent is like, goddamn nigga, that was a motherfucking good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see why
my
they
God.
shot that nigga. I see why they shot that nigga. 50
I would
petty
have
as hell.
shot that nigga 10 times. 50 Cent is an asshole, and it's like you can't. You can only get mad at a nigga that say he gonna do some shit and do it.
He should have just went like
Like,
Michael Jackson did Eminem and just bought it in secret.
They just bought everything.
Don't talk about it, just do it. Like when
But the
Eminem came
pettiest
out with
nigga,
this song.
but the
but
pettiest nigga in music.
Rick Ross is on the same shit too, and that's why I fuck with him, because that's the only nigga that 50 Cent went up against that is just like
He didn't destroy.
Yeah, and it kind of like that made me fuck with Ross more. And that's why now, and Ross be on some like, all right, my nigga, I see where you going, but you know, you got some more practice on the wording.
Yeah. Rick
Like
Ross be
he
Uno
there,
reverse
but
card
it's
niggas.
like, all right, it ain't as funny as what you think it is, bro. But I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are
Let-
crazy though when they try to say they're talking about who has the best classics, and people are trying to say Ross has better classics than 50. I was like, no, Ross has
a pocket though.
He has more
Ross-
hits than 50, but he doesn't have better songs. Like Get Rich or Die Trying is arguably the greatest hip hop album of all time.
I would have to argue with you.
I'm not saying it is,
But
but if you could.
This
I'm not
is the
saying it is. I'm
thing.
saying
This is the
you could
thing.
argue that it is.
When you wanna go to smooth, elegant shit, it's Ross you go to. You can't do that with 50. If you want some hard street shit,
like 2005 to 2007, he's making all those little. He turned into LL. That's what I don't understand about 50.
honestly, if this happened with the verses, and they say let's go hit for hit, 20 hits for hits, I think Ross can beat 50. I think Ross can beat 50 with just the Maybach music songs.
I don't think so. And those are like some of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. Like I play that shit like damn near every day. All 6 of them.
He do.
But he knows it. But at the same time, it's like when people try to say he has better classics, like he doesn't have better classics than 50. Like that shit wasn't as big, is what I'm saying. Even though it sounds more musically to me, like I fucks with it for those reasons as well.
But you're talking about 1 or 2 projects.
They're trying to say his hits were bigger. That's basically what they're trying to say.
And I'm saying for 1 or 2 projects.
I think Ross is more marketable than him, though. I can give Ross that. Ross is way more marketable than 50, though.
You think so? Nah.
No, that's wrong. Because it's obviously being proven, because look at 50 and look at Ross. Not saying that Ross is in a worse situation, but like look at 50. This nigga is
neither one of them are losing right now. But you could take Ross shit and put it in commercials and you'd be like, all right, nigga, that's smooth as a motherfucker. But you can't really do that with too many 50 something.
Nowhere, because it's already in the commercials.
Nah, I don't think so. But I mean,
all I have to say is 50 Cent performed at the Super Bowl. He's definitely more marketable.
I mean, who to say Ross won't be able to do it?
He's more marketable, but
Rick Ross will never perform at the Super Bowl. I don't think so.
Rick Ross with Jay-Z being in a position of where he's in, there's a matter of time before Rick Ross shows up. I wouldn't be surprised with Usher doing this Super Bowl this year.
No,
Ross will show up.
When
New Flame was a big song for Usher. Was it not?
Ross.
It's not gonna happen with Ross. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, you talking about Ross is gonna show up with Usher?
Because people don't know Ross like that. People don't know Ross like that. White America doesn't know Ross like that.
Ross shows up with Usher, That shit'll be some fire shit.
Ross
It would
is
be
in
fire,
good, but listen, Ross is in good with the NFL owners. He's friends with Robert Kraft. That's who got Meek in position. Rick Ross.
That's
I'm talking about white America. The audience doesn't know Ross like that. White America, they don't know Ross
White
like they know
America
50.
knows Rick Ross, and I can prove it to you.
yeah, but I mean, if he
Not like they
shows
know
up,
50.
I'm willing to be like, nah. If he shows up in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be like, this nigga Kevin is I I have a lot more questions to ask you about life. If
If he shows
Ross
up in the Super Bowl, I'll be like,
shows up,
if he shows up in the Super Bowl, I'll be like, he's part of the Illuminati. He made it in.
you said that nigga made it.
I'd be like, he made it in the Illuminati because that's the only way he would be able to do it on that level. And I I fuck with Ross like it.
No,
Huge
he
fan of
still
it.
go hard, and just
Yeah,
as hard.
we're not taking away from neither one of them. Both of them, obviously, both of them are winning. One.
But they also came out in a different era too, so it's kind of hard to compare.
I mean, they 1 to 2 years off.
Yeah.
1 or 2 years off.
It's pretty close.
I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying came out. Get Rich or Die Trying came out in 2003.
But niggas
and
couldn't
Rick Ross
beef the way that they did if they wasn't out in the
came out in
same year.
2006. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's so much had changed within those 3 years. So much had changed though. That's why it makes it feel like an era.
It did, but in those 3 years, Rick Ross dropped
a lot of
He only
classics.
had
hard ass.
That nigga mixtape, his mixtape, he if they, like I said, if they did a versus
You talking
Ross,
about black shit?
I'm just saying if they did a versus, Ross could actually do 20 songs off of his mixtapes.
Yeah.
By the time 50 can do it, 50 can do it, but 50 will also have to dip into his mainstream shit. Ross can just do it off.
It's not even a but. They both could do it and do it tough, and that's what would make it interesting. But the thing is,
when it comes to go ahead.
it's people. Everybody's gonna have a bias, even if niggas still fuck with both 50 and Ross. Because I fucks with both of them. It's like it is certain songs that Ross have during the time where he was beefing with 50 that niggas was like, he a man, this nigga Ross finna get murdered.
Yeah, and he survived. It's almost like
it's like, oh,
it's almost like
you felt that shit.
Magic and Michael Jordan conversation. They both good.
Nigga.
But Jordan was better.
Yeah.
He was always better.
Hey man, I can't stop looking at this Jonathan Major pictures you sent me with this nigga with this hoodie tucked in his shorts, bro. That's bothering me. I feel like this nigga is trolling us now.
Oh, new swag. You know that nigga. You know that nigga from here?
You
know that nigga from here?
Yeah.
That's why.
He getting up to go boogie. Nah.
Dallas niggas is some of the most unique niggas.
Yeah. But Dallas niggas ain't nothing but Harlem niggas with southern slang. That's how we are.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That shit hit.
Right.
That shit hit like that shit hit with a delay.
Y'all got Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucked with Dennis Rodman. That's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. So I ain't even clowning.
Nigga was a genius. He was a marketing genius. People thought he was crazy. That nigga was a marketing genius. He was the first one to say bad publicity is good publicity and made it make sense. Y'all niggas is still looking at me whether you like it or not. And Thug took it and ran with it.
One of these days, I got to tell you guys a story about when I met him and I got to talk to him just like good 30, 45 minutes. Shit was cool as shit.
I bet it was.
I was wearing his jersey the day I met him, which is crazy. So I saw him.
Which
I'm gonna tell you a
one?
little story now.
Which one?
The black and red Bulls.
The Bulls jersey.
The black and red, yeah. I saw him in Santa Monica. At a
My
basketball
favorite Rodman
game.
jersey is the San Antonio Spurs when in the 90s when they had all the the 90s swag and shit. Oh, I like the Bad Boys jersey too though. And then I fuck with Rodman regardless of what jersey he was wearing.
157.
Yeah, we gonna have to cut it.
Oh shit.
Well, go ahead, close us out there, nigga.
I used to live in the same apartments as Dennis Rodman. We'll talk about that next time on the What You Thought podcast.
So we ain't been saying the name, nigga. We just been talking and getting off. I bet these niggas be like, oh, these niggas are talking and getting off. We don't say it in the beginning or the end. We just get off. We
gotta make a beginning intro. We already got the song. We just gotta throw some shit in there, like whatever the fuck.
We should do an old school. We should do a video of the song to do like the 90s intro and shit, like Family Matters with Family Matters and shit. We walk in.
All right, y'all.
All right.
My name Michael Taylor. We got to get these.
I'm PKP, man. I work on it.
All right, fam. Love y'all, little ugly ass motherfucker.
Let the nigga Jules get his name out of shit. You know.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
You already just said it, so y'all know who I am. Shit.
All right, man. Y'all be easy, man.
All right, peace.